What's going on, y'all? AJ. Like 23 days or 23 videos for 23 years out of my life. Hopefully you got good audio, but I am outside waiting for the bus. And I don't have my mic, I don't have my equipment and stuff on me. But I was like, I wait always till I get home. By the time I get home, it'll probably be about 10 o'clock. But I have about 10 minutes to wait for the bus. And I have 10 minutes of recording time through this app. I'm like, you know what? Let's just try to make a video now and talk about my experiences where I am right now, get comfortable with having my phone out with other people around. Today is another video that I want to talk about, even the topic of making these and making your life into something that would be worth watching later on down the road. When you get old and you get gray hairs, or if you got gray hairs now, no judgment. When you start getting old and you get to look back on the life that you have lived, you should want it to be a story. You should want it to be a movie. And when people say when they're going out, it's like, oh, tonight's gonna be a movie. Bro, I wanna make every day a movie. I wanna make every day like it's my last. Like if I'm waiting or resting on my deathbed with my family and everything around me, there's gonna be something documented of my life. There's gonna be something there that somebody can look back on and being like, this is the life that he was able to live. And I think that would be an incredible thing. And I think that is something that our generation takes these devices for granted. Like you have something to capture all of that. Before it would be in writing, which writing is cool to read back, but imagine to hear the voice, to see the face, to see the videos, to have all that stuff would be amazing. So today's really on the topic of looking back on you, looking back on your life, and actually watching, yourself and the way you live. So I'm at work, and every day is something different. Some days it is very busy. Some days it can be very slow. So working with Equinox allows me for an opportunity to expand my knowledge because I'm around individuals who I am not around on a day-to-day basis, especially not being from Texas. I know there's an Equinox in Texas, particularly in Plano and Dallas, but it wasn't anywhere near me. So to now be in a place where there's a lot of wealthy people, I'm able to see a different lifestyle. So I'm able to change up, my life. I don't have to act like I did before. It's a surreal type of feeling, and a lot of people there, they're like, oh, AJ, you dress up, very nice all the time. Like you outdress us, but like when they're out here in Boston, I feel like they all dress up. I feel like they all dress nice. It's more classier than Texas is. So when I dress up, I want to make sure I'm looking the part. I'm looking straight. I want to look good too, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I look good and I'm taking care of myself. I want to make sure every day that I look back on made an impression. I was able to do something worthwhile. I was able to make an impact on somebody. I was able to make a movie out of the life that I'm living. And that's my goal every day, is to make an impact on anyone. And so apparently, today I had a guy come up to me reaching out of saying like, AJ, you reached out to my dad, and my dad was actually in the hospital and stuff for a while. And the fact that you're reaching out, checking in, even though I didn't even know the scenario, I didn't even know the situation, he wants to come in and talk with me one-on-one and share his story and stuff with me. I think that is a blessing. I think that is something amazing. If you are letting every day go by without speaking up, without using your voice, you will never hear the stories that go on around you. If you don't check on people around you, you'll never hear the incredible things that are going on. I feel that my purpose here is to connect people with one another, to build a community with one another, not necessarily with me. Yes, it helps to build a network with myself for me to get around. And I feel like I'm able to put other people with other people, to connect businesses to businesses, to connect friends with friends, to make new friends, to make new connections. And I feel like when I pass on, I can look down and see all the people uniting together. not everyone being in competition all the time. Yes, competition can bring drive, but competition can divide as well. I want to bring people together. I want to bounce ideas off each other. We should challenge each other to build each other up to be better, not to tear each other apart. And I want to build that community. So with this place that I'm in, getting an opportunity to speak to everyone and on social media to speak to everyone, this is an amazing experience. And now I'm able to be in a place that no one knows who I am. I don't know anyone here, so I have no choice but to speak up. Nothing holding me back. I feel like this is my obligation to reach out to the world. And because I have no connections here, I have no choice but to make sure I speak up. I have no choice but to talk. Because if I don't, I won't make any connections, and it'd be a hard time making money. It'd be a hard time just uniting. And had to get up from the position because I'm now hopping on the bus. But this is my opportunity to unite with the world. I want to make sure that happens. And y'all gonna be along for the ride. So I actually just hopped off the bus, walking towards the last stop. It's probably like 20 degrees, no gloves. So I'm filming this with my hands are like, we're definitely going numb. But I'm walking back and realizing, like, when we are driving, for example, a lot of people, when we're in Texas, for example, we're all using our cars, and it's a nice, luxury to have. When you get the opportunity to actually be out in the environment and actually see and hear everything that's going on rather than being closed off in the car, it's a whole different perspective. Not saying that this compares to being homeless, but think about this: if being in a place that's 20-something degrees, you're sleeping outside and you're walking outside and you have no choice but to be in this weather like this, with snow like this. I couldn't even imagine the type of feeling that you must have, the type of things your mind must be going through of, am I gonna make it? Can I actually survive in this type of weather? You know what I'm saying? And it's just a real thing. I mean, it's something I never thought I'd think about, but it puts everything into perspective that I am so grateful and blessed that I have a home. I have somewhere to sleep at night. I have somewhere to actually have heat and warmth. But to some people, they don't have that luxury. And I feel like a lot of us take a lot of that for granted. We don't even think about it on a day-to-day basis. And yeah, I had to switch hands. One hand just like going numb. I think we neglect all of the nice things that we have in life. And I think we need to start taking more pride into the smallest things that we have. Take a little joy into the little moment that you can have, your bed that you have, the apartment that you live in, the home that you live in. Whether if you're living at home with your parents or you're on your own, regardless, you have some place to sleep inside and have warmth. You know what I mean? It's a different concept to feel. Yeah, Texas can get cold, and I like this. This is a whole different breed of weather. And so when I live this life, and I'm able to watch this story unfold, I'm able to see where I started from and watch where I am right now, even be in a place with just a mattress, to eventually seeing a life in a full home, a large house, with my family, so forth. I have a big dream, and I'm going to make sure it's accomplished. I want to document every piece of it, and I'll make sure to take you guys along with the ride with it. Once again, I'm 23. I'm AJ. 23 videos documenting my life. Deuces.